In May 2024, Burnley Football Club finished their Premier League campaign with a dismal 24 points, guaranteeing an immediate relegation to the second tier of English football. The sporting press dissected the failure with brutal efficiency. The consensus painted their manager as tactically naive and deeply stubborn in his transfer strategy, resulting in a squad entirely unequipped for top-flight survival. Just weeks later, the manager who orchestrated that relegation was bought out of his contract for over £10 million. His new destination? Bayern Munich. The German superpower was reeling from a rare trophyless season. Their previous manager was departing, and highly sought-after candidates had already publicly turned the job down. It presents an immediate statistical contradiction. How exactly does a coach suffer one of the worst relegations in recent memory, only to immediately secure one of the most expensive managerial appointments in history? The answer requires looking past a single season's win-loss record. By hiring Vincent Kompany, Bayern Munich was investing in a deeply documented psychological profile, a career built entirely on surviving disaster. Before standing on the touchline, Kompany spent 11 years as the captain and central anchor of Manchester City's defense. This chart maps his physical breakdowns during that tenure. Over a decade, he suffered 37 distinct injuries, primarily recurring muscular strains, that constantly interrupted his prime playing years. When you combine those individual absences, the math is staggering. He lost over 878 days, nearly 2.5 full years, strictly to rehabilitation. Instead of succumbing to the physical toll, he weaponized his time on the sidelines. He enrolled at Manchester Business School to earn an MBA and utilized the downtime to master 5 languages. And whenever his body healed, he stepped directly back into high-leverage situations. He scored the decisive header to secure City's 2012 league title and later delivered a blistering long-range strike to seal the 2019 championship. His playing tenure established a clear pattern. His absolute highest peaks of performance were forged in the immediate aftermath of his physical failures. That pattern carried directly into his managerial career. In 2022, he accepted the head coaching role at Burnley, a club that had just dropped into the championship. For years, Burnley had defined itself through a rigid, physical, and highly defensive style of football that prioritized survival over possession. Kompany immediately dismantled that entrenched identity. Drawing from his time playing under Pep Guardiola, he installed an aggressive, passing-based system that required his players to control the ball from the back. The massive tactical risk paid off. Burnley dominated the second tier, finishing the season with 101 points and securing immediate promotion back to the Premier League. But the following year in the top flight, that same system fractured. Against vastly superior athletic and tactical opposition, his possession structures were easily exploited. Despite mounting losses, he refused to abandon his philosophy. He would not revert to a defensive block to scrape together draws, choosing instead to lose while adhering strictly to his attacking principles. While English media labeled this tactical stubbornness a fatal flaw, the executives in Munich identified it as a prerequisite. They required a manager with an unshakable commitment to modern, dominant tactics, someone who wouldn't compromise their footballing ideology under extreme pressure. In the summer of 2024, Kompany assumed control of a Bayern Munich squad, demanding an immediate return to the top of German football. Applying the exact same possession and pressing principles that had just gotten him relegated, his new squad dismantled opponents, netting 20 goals in a single 3-game stretch. This graph illustrates the scale of that offensive output. During that run, he orchestrated a 9-2 victory in the Champions League, far exceeding the historical scoring average for a single match in the tournament. By May 2025, the system was completely vindicated. Bayern Munich reclaimed the Bundesliga title, suffering only 2 league defeats across their entire 32-match campaign. The multi-million-pound gamble proved effective because Bayern's scouting extended beyond the immediate data. They bypassed a catastrophic win-loss spreadsheet to correctly evaluate his capacity for psychological endurance. At the highest echelons of elite sports, tactical intelligence is relatively common. But the absolute resolve to endure devastating public failure and refuse to stay down, that is the ultimate currency.